For the amazing Susan Sly.
Where are you, Isogenics?
Every Saturday night on your favorite radio.
To this side of the room.
Everybody's jumping, yeah, and the vibe feels so strong.
How are you doing, Isogenics?
Hands in the air, lift your head
You ready to put your hands in the air?
up. Know you've got to sing along. Don't you know, pump it up.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up. All right. Give two people a high five. Say thank you for being here. So this morning, Chris and I were coming here, and how many of you feel it's palpable, this energy that's in the Isodonks right now? And how many of you, by a show of hands, it's an energy that, being raw and real, maybe you haven't felt in a little while? So there was something missing, and I said to Renata, did you bring the horn? She said, no, I didn't bring the horn. So this morning I went to 5 stores. 5. Chris went to Target. I went to Fry's. I went to Five Below. I've never been to a Five Below. I actually thought it was a place where Canadians went, but I found out it's like everything's $5 and below. And I finally was at Michael's, and I'm like going around, I find these horns. And the reason it was so important that Renata have the horn is because this company and what we're about to accomplish together as a team, as a family in this last hour, is at a pinnacle time in history where things are never going to be the same again, but we get to bring our legacy and our truth into a new beginning. If you're excited about that, make some noise! Yes! All right, put up your hand and I'll point to you. Of everything that's happened the last 2 days, what's something you're excited about? Put up your hand, I'll point to you, just yell it out. Something you're excited about. Yes? Doing events. Hillary, Barbara, did they not make it simple? Like Hillary works so hard and she is effective. It's one thing to be busy, but Hillary Courtney is effective. And Barbara, who I had the privilege of being with in Mallorca, where are my Mallorca family? Yes. And Barbara, talking about the Facebook group, gathering people together, and that is the key. Events build your business. People are desperate for human connection. If you're taking notes, I just did research on the trust index globally. It is the lowest it has been since the Second World War. 2/3 of humanity does not trust other humans. 2/3. And you wonder, when you're going out and connecting with people, what's wrong with me? I can't just post on Facebook anymore. You know why that doesn't work? Mark Zuckerberg, just launched his new version of Facebook TikTok, which is the stupidest, I won't swear, thing I have ever seen in my life, and it's AI-only content. I stood on this stage 8 years ago, keynoting closing. And I said, McKinsey came out with a report, and by 2030, 800 million jobs would be displaced by AI. There was a person, how many of you saw that close? Yeah, right? There was a person in the audience who laughed at me, said she doesn't know what she's talking about, she's crazy, and took me out to lunch last year and apologized. And he said, you saw it, and no one else did. 4 years ago, I was backstage with other Legacy Club members, and I said, influencer marketing will not exist in 5 years. Last year, Mango, the Spanish brand, did their whole spring campaign with artificial intelligence. We are living in a world that has radically shifted. And so I'm not here to talk to you about ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. What I'm here to talk about is how we are about to come into, I personally believe, because I've been predicting trends for years, the next wave of isogenics. The next freaking wave. If you're excited about that, make some noise! Yes! All right. Are you all ready to work? Yes, queen. All right. Let's have some fun. Everyone stand up? All right. So, I have a request for all of you, and the request is very simple. So, I'm a little bit tired. I had 2 Bias, and then I just downed an E shot. So, I'm like, Todd, you know, I'm on E. I'm like super on E. I'm on B, E, whatever, A, B, C, D. All right? So, my request of you is, can you finish strong? Can you finish this hour strong? Yes. If you can commit, I want you to high five 2 people, say, I commit.
I commit.
I commit. I commit. I commit. All right. Let's go. We're committed. Stay standing, stay standing, stay standing. Stay standing. Stay standing. Okay. We started yesterday morning with Dr. Mia Charney. Let's give her a massive round of applause. Yes. How many of you love Dr. Mia? I freaking love Dr. Mia. She's the only person other than my husband I can share a hotel room with, and you should see it. We have all our Isogenics products lined up. If the woman runs out of orange or raspberry, hydrate. She's nasty. Then last night we had my brother from another mother, Todd Falcone, and did Todd kill it? Did you know today's his 59th birthday and he came and celebrated his birthday eve with us? Amazing. And we've had incredible trainers, and Laura and Ryan just announced 6-week training. Isogenics has given us everything, and now it's time for us to give them everything. Yes. All right, so in a moment, I am going to ask you to go find a partner. But this is Isogenics. This isn't the Intel conference. This isn't the Consumer Electronics Show that I just spoke at. This isn't Davos, where I just came back from World Economic Forum speaking on AI. This is Isogenics, right, Alfie? So we do things differently. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to go find a partner, but I'm going to ask you to dance while you go find a partner. And in a moment, I'm going to say, we're going to give our backstage AV the cue, and we're going to play some music. And I want you to find a partner in the same way you're committed to building your business this year, which is out of your what? Comfort zone. Right, Malcolm? Out of your comfort zone. So are you going to find a partner of someone you know? No, because how we do everything is how I do everything, and anything is how I do everything. Clearly, I need 5 more E-shots, okay? So here's the thing. In a moment, we're going to dance. We're going to go find a partner. You're going to start talking, and when I say hands up, everyone put your hand up. That's the cue to stop talking. As Isogenics professionals, right, in America, I said we're not network marketing professionals, right, Michael? We're Isogenics professionals because we're redefining, right, Maddie, the whole category. I'm not a network marketing professional, but I am an Isogenics professional. Heck yes, I am. So we're going to find a partner. We are going to dance our asses off while we find our partner. And when I say hands up, that's your cue to stop talking. Are we clear? If you're clear, say yes. Yes. Are you ready? Yes. All right, we're going to say 3, 2, 1, hit it, and we'll play some music. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hit it. Margot Drake, you shake it, sister. Find a partner. Let's see these moves, Isogenics. All right, hands Hands up, hands up. I know, now you're all dancing. You're shaking what you got, I love it. There's some fine looking people in this room. All right, if you don't have to, jump in 3, it's you plus 2. You know, we make a lot more money that way. Just do you, boo. Okay, hands down. Someone who's gonna be partner A, put up your hand if you are partner A. Part A, you're the A type. Partner A. All right, partner A, touch partner B on the nose, say, you're the smart one, you go first. All right, hands up. I know what you thought I was gonna say. Okay, we're gonna have a little discussion. And I have been traveling around the world talking about AI ethics. I was telling Foxy some of the biggest companies in the world are flying me in to train their C-suite leaders on ethical artificial intelligence. So we're gonna have a discussion. And the first question I have for you is the robot question. Would you have your personal family robot in your family photo? Okay, so the smart one gets to go first. You're gonna get 30 seconds and you're just gonna talk. Would you do it? If you would, why? Would you not? And they'll say switch and switch. The other partner gets to go. Okay, go ahead and begin. Go. All right, switch, switch. Partner A, you get to go. You're the good-looking one. All right, hands up. Hands up, hands up. Give your partner a high five, say thanks for sharing. All right. Next question. Would you date an AI? All right, partner B, you're up. Would you date an AI? And switch and switch. Partner B, would you date an AI? Hands up. So I want to presence this by saying, before the last question, is that currently amongst our young people, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, that 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 have admitted to having romantic relationships with an AI. It's not funny. It's scary. Last question. Partner B, would you connect your brain to AI for perfect health monitoring? Partner B, go ahead. Partner B, 30 seconds. Would you? And switch. Partner A, would you connect your brain to a Neuralink? Would you get an implant in your head? All right, hands up. Give your partner a high five. Say thank you for sharing. So by a show of hands, before we go back to our seats, how many of you are deeply concerned with artificial intelligence and the pace that it is going? How many of you are excited about it? Show of hands. Excited and nervous, right? And that's what we get to work on and why we get to have urgency as a company and what's going on. So give your partner a hug, and then we are going to dance our way back to our seats. If we can have our music. Got some amazing dancers here.
Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no me. Bridging up you for them, you are make more more. Woman, you're cute, and you don't need no me. Bridging up you for them, you are make more more. Woman, physically, woman.
All right, everybody, dance your way back. Let's go. Have a seat, quickly. All right, show of hands. First question, how many of you would have the personal robot in your family photo? Show of hands. Okay, we got about 15 people. So what if that personal robot cared for your aging parent? And what if that personal robot, when your aging parent fell down, was able to notify someone and save that parent's life? Who would then have the robot in your family photo? Because until my dad fell down and passed last summer and no one found him until the morning, I would have said, heck no, but now I would have been a heck yes. Dating and AI. We're living in a world where, and I said this several years ago, artificial intelligence is the first technology that is training humans. People are using AI as their therapist, they're using it as their personal trainer, they're using it as their coach. And in countries like Japan, I believe it's 70% of all young women prefer AI boyfriends to real boyfriends. The Neuralink question, so 1 out of 4 men would consider getting an implant, but they read the question wrong. Todd's not the only one who can have a little off-color humor, but I want to talk about Tilly Norwood. So there was an actress in Hollywood, and this was 2 years ago, and she couldn't get a job, and every time she'd go for auditions, Ellen and Paul would know, all about this. They're very famous actors, but, it's tough. And they were like, oh, you're not pretty enough, your face is too wide, your face is too narrow, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're this. And so she finally got really ticked off, and she decided to go all into AI and build the perfect AI actress. And so Tilly Norwood has deals lined up for $50 million to do hybrid human AI movies. And you're like, what does this all have to do with Isagenix? And I'm going to fly this plane, and we are coming in for a landing. And if you do not have urgency pulling out your phone and connecting with people, I was saying to Kelly and Laura at the back, I didn't do a good job. This is the fastest transformation that we have ever experienced in human history. And I want to talk about job displacement, because every time I talk about this, the numbers are different. So according to MIT, which is my alma mater, you might not know this, and it's going to sound like a flex, but when I decided to go into AI deeply, I went back to school at age 47. I went to MIT, and I studied for 3 years at MIT Sloan. And last year, I graduated from engineering school. Thank you. So my alma mater, conservative scenario, says 1 to 3 million jobs displaced in the next 5 years. The moderate scenario is 5 to 10, but I want you to write this down, because this is about a wake-up call. The true numbers we're seeing. The US jobless report came out on Friday, and they delayed it deliberately. You know why? Because it was bad. Do you know how bad it was? The unemployment rate hasn't been that bad since 2009. Here's something interesting. Many of the Ice Legacy Club members came into this company between 2007 and 2009, and they were all professionals. So in our team, we developed over 55 Legacy Club members. And this is why I'm saying, as Ice professionals, this is our wake-up call. Because in times of uncertainty, you've got to really figure out, what are my resources, what's going on, and stop doing the things that don't work. Again, we heard from Hillary, we heard from Barbara, it's about the face-to-face, it's about bringing people together. People are hungry for it. At the end of my presentation, I'm gonna have an invitation to you that is gonna do something for this company that we haven't done in a long time. But let's take a look at the world we're living in. So right now, inflation. And when I train, I always like to bring data, because I didn't come here to motivate you. Motivation, Lara was talking about, is like a sugar high. Inspiration lasts a lifetime. The reason I'm bringing in the data is because when Malcolm is going to have a conversation, or Jeff, or Debbie, or Michael, Tim, when you're going to talk to people, understand that this is going on behind the scenes. So right now in Canada, where I'm from originally, yes. So inflation's around 3 to 4%. The US, it's 3.3, but people are saying they can't afford things. And then white collar layoffs. The difference is, so last year there were nearly 1 million job cuts in the US. Intel, Amazon, Meta, all the big technology companies, with the exception of NVIDIA, because Jensen Huang does things very differently at that company. Here's the difference. I'm letting you in on a secret. And please write this down. In the recession, we knew those jobs were coming back. Yes? They're not this time. I was invited to a very exclusive 150-person event in upstate New York for investors and founders and leaders. And I won't say who was there. We did cool stuff. I did my first CrossFit workout. We went hiking, we went sailing, we drank a lot of alcohol. It was fantastic. But do you know what they said, Maddie? This is what they said. We expect all companies to be using AI so that one worker does the work of 3 FTEs. They don't call you humans anymore, they call you FTEs. Do you know what it stands for? Full-time employee. It's 1 to 3. These jobs are not coming back. As someone who is at the bleeding edge of this technology, I'm going to tell you something. When they're like, people can reskill. I'm 53 years sexy. Most people are not freaking reskilling in their 50s and 60s. We're at the highest unemployment rate. There are 7 million young men in their early 20s living in grandma's and mom's and dad's basements. They cannot find a job. When I go to LA, the robots go down the streets delivering food. Here, Waymo, there are more people using Waymo than Uber and Lyft. The jobs are not coming back. And so now people are stretched thin. These statistics are, I just pulled these a couple weeks ago. So 45% of Canadians say rising prices greatly affect daily expenses. This is 35% higher than 2 years ago, 33. And then 3 out of 4 Canadians and 74% of Americans say cost of living is their top concern. I've got news for you. I don't care who is in the White House. I do not care who is in Parliament. I really don't care. Just at Davos, like, Justin and Katie were there. I could have gone to see them. I chose not. Mark Carney was there. Donald Trump was there. Everyone was freaking there. I don't care. No president, no prime minister pays your mortgage, pays your car payment, pays your kids' tuitions. You create your own economy. We have the vehicle. They just gave us more, double PIBs. Like, oh, I don't know. I used to do the 6-week trainings with the team. Now they're doing them. I've got Tanya training my people. I've got everything. We create our economy. No one is going to show up and rescue you. They can give you a $1,000 stimulus check. It will not change your life. UBC, Sam Altman, are you freaking kidding me? He was like, oh, UBC, that's going to change the world. Elon is like, oh, we won't need to do anything. Sam Altman did a universal basic income test. People got more broke when they got $1,000 a month that they didn't earn. This is where we're living. Discretionary spending is shrinking. People don't have the money. Even professionals in the United States, I don't have my readers on, y'all, so I'm going to squint at this one, but 56% of Americans cannot cover $1,000 in emergency expenses. 18 cycles. They can't cover it. They can listen to all the Dave Ramsey they want. They don't have the $1,000. 83% of Canadian degree holders are exposed to AI, according to StatsCan, and AI could replace 11.7% of the US workforce now. Here, if you don't have readers on, never mind what this says. These are the list. You can take a picture with your camera and enlarge it. These are the list of the jobs that are very close to being totally replaced with AI. Copywriters, technical writers, anything to do with writing, telemarketers, that's gone, loan officers, insurance, paralegal, software developers, because AI code, we have code that can create code. There are a lot of engineers who, I ran a ad on LinkedIn, I got 400 applicants in like the first 3 hours. Uber drivers, they want to bring Waymo to New York, and the taxi drivers are like, no, there's no future there. But I want you to take a picture of this. 92 million jobs worldwide could vanish in the next 4 years. 4 years. That's from Deloitte. So I'm going to let you all in on a secret. It's so profound, I might only tell one person. Jeff. The secret to us growing this company to a multi-billion-dollar a year company is not recruiting more network marketers who jump from company to company. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, everyone stand up. So just with someone who is beside you, get with a partner very quickly, make eyes at them like, yo, baby. Could be a group of 3. All right, who's partner A this time? Partner A? Partner A? Partner A, touch yourself on the chest, say, I'm so sexy, I'm going first. Yeah. I'm too sexy. No. All right, the sexy one. You know, B means you're the smart one. Like we're good, we're good. So, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to go deep. Part of what's going on in the world is this lack of care for humanity, where we're just FTEs, where we're dating AIs, where kids come home and say, I'm trans. It doesn't mean their sexual preference. It means they're getting robotic implants into their body and they're transhuman. I hope that makes you want to throw up. I didn't come here, I came here because I will always come. I will always be here for all of you after 23 years. Whatever, whenever, I'll go wherever we need to go. But I came here because this is about humanity. This is about heart connection. This is about teaching people how to trust humans again, how to put down differences, how to connect and grow and change their lives. This is what this is about. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to think about people you know who are professionals. They're engineers, they're teachers, they are accountants, they are working in these professions. And you're going to share for 1 minute who's on your heart, their name, why. So if I was partnered with Michael, I'd say, I am thinking about my friend Carolyn. She was in the C-suite at, I won't say which company. She's got 2 kids. She's the primary income earner, and she just got laid off from making about $300,000 a year, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do. I'm thinking about my friend Andy. She was the top AI innovator for this company, and she's got 4 kids, and this is who I'm thinking about. And you're gonna keep on going and keep on going. Who are you thinking about? Why are you thinking about? Are you clear? If you're clear, say yes. Yes. These are human hearts. In this world where 2/3 of humanity doesn't trust each other and 1/3 of us want to date an AI, that's why it's not funny to me. That's why you have my commitment. I'm going there with you. I'm not leaving here just to go to my next talk. I'm leaving here to go back into the trenches and work my business. Because if we don't do something, I'm very scared. So I'm gonna ask you to go deep. Okay, partner A, you've got a minute. Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? Go. 1 minute, go. Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? And switch, partner B. Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? Why are they on your heart? Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? Why? All right, hands up. Hands up. And if you can, just close your eyes for a minute and see those people in your mind's eye. See their faces. their lives. And also see an inevitability if you don't share with them. What happens then? The last recession, 50% of the foreclosures could have been prevented with an extra $367 a month. Over 50% of the people in this country, the wealthiest country in the world, can't afford a $1,000 emergency. Amazon just announced more layoffs. Meta just announced more layoffs, more layoffs, more layoffs, more layoffs, more layoffs. These are people. They are not just FTEs. They are your friends. I want you to pull out your phone right now. ITM, baby, in the moment. How dare you think of someone on your heart and not take an action? How freaking selfish is that? You're like, Susan, you're not very nice. As I said in my archive, I'm like, day 1, you're going to hate me, but day 4, you're going to love me so much you're crying, right? Yes? We know what happened there. So I want you to text them, meet for coffee. Can you talk next week? Don't be weird. Just, hey, I'm thinking of you. Want to go for a yoga? Want to go for a hike? If you live in Canada, it's minus 32. Don't be hiking outside. You'll kill them. I love you so much, I want to kill you because it's so cold now. But text them now. And once you do, have a seat, because I've got more. Put up your hand, I'll point to you. What's the first name of the person that you were talking about? Susan. Frank, Julie. Jasmine. Alexander. Sam, Casey. Jeremy. James. The moms on Facebook groups who can't afford. Yeah. Bill. Amy. Sorry? Harrison. Braden. John. Abigail. One more. Quinn. These are humans. These are humans. They're real people. Every single Legacy Club member in Isogenics had a profession. My husband, Chris, was a chartered accountant. He was a Bay Street guy, KPMG. Then he was CFO of a drug company. He was a controller at S&C Lavalin. We're people. The jobs aren't coming back. It's the battle for humanity. And let's go to the next one. This is my favorite. When people leave Isogenics, they're like, I'm a realtor now. I'm like, yay! So the average realtor in the United States, their first 2 years, they make $8,000 a year. And they had to go pound signs in someone's lawn in minus 30 or whatever, but $8,000 a year. And the housing market we're in right now, where we have an affordability crisis, how many of you have tried to sell a house in the last 6 months? Chris and I just sold one of our pieces of real estate. We took a loss on it because that's not the market we're in. And then the average side hustler, take a photo of this, earns $1,122 a month. The median is $200 a month. That's less than 4 cycles. Now we get double PIBs on Moringa. Just do that one time. That was the best training. I love the Moringa training. I took a page and a half of notes. That was amazing. But look at this. I love this. This is my favorite slide. So Uber, we have $47,000 for the gross income. Nice. Yeah. Who creates their own economy? Everyone tap themselves on the chest, say, I do. I do. And here's what we get to. We're not selling products. We get to invest in humans. We get to bring the best out in each other. We get to build trust, right? So 27% of people in this country have a side hustle. Whoever you know has one, they're not doing well at it. Doesn't matter what they say on Instagram. Reach out to them, okay? So I want to share this. So my dad, his name was Joe. Anyone in this room have a pacemaker? Anyone? Couple? My dad was an amazing engineer, and he worked on the first pacemaker. He worked on the microprocessor. And when I was a little girl growing up, I grew up in Brockville, Ontario, Près de Montréal. It's like about 2 hours outside. And he took me to the Art Center to see the first Top Gun movie. And he said, "See those planes, those F-14s, Susan?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I worked on those engines." When the second Top Gun came out and Tom Cruise goes and takes the old F-14, I was bawling my eyes out. But my dad, when I was 10 years old, he handed me the book Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And what stood out for me was Master Sun said, adapt to your terrain. If you've never read it, it's an ancient text on war. It's about 4,000 years old. And they read it at Harvard Business School. They read it, Wharton, everywhere. And the terrain we're in, and I always think, like, how do we adapt to the terrain? So this was me when I was 16 years old. I skipped 2 grades in high school, and I went to university, and I gained a lot of weight, so I was 200 pounds, and I had been previously a national team track athlete. And my first year of university, I wanted to be a surgeon. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this. And I failed calculus. And I remember calling my dad and saying, "Dad, I failed calculus." I was so nervous to tell him. And he said, "Susan, you know what? I failed calculus too." And so last year, when I graduated from engineering school at MIT, thank you. He was the first person I wanted to call, but he wasn't there because he died. And what I want you all to know is every person you thought of, they're caring for aging parents. They've got kids. Our son is on the autism spectrum. They all went to special schools. We cash flowed all their university. They never had to have student loans. Every one of those people that you love, that you want to call, that you are going to call, they have lifing. And a lot of it they can't afford. But when my dad went into assisted living, it was about $10,000 a month. And I said, "Daddy, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you." And there he is. One of the last things he said to me was, "Susan, will you teach me about AI?" And when he passed, he had a YouTube channel, it's still up. It's really funny because he got a green screen. And he would wear black and have the green screen be black, and he looked like a floating head. But when he died, what I did with AI is I fed his CV, I fed his blogs that he had written into a custom GPT, and then I used an AI generator, video generator, and my dad gave the eulogy at his own funeral. Because I couldn't speak. I was so distraught. My Isagenix story, I've been here for almost 23 years. It'll be this August, it'll be 23 years. It took 21 phone calls to recruit me into Isagenix. And I was at an extremely low point in my life. I was thinking about suicide every single day. And I was 29 years old. We had a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. And the day I planned to kill myself, I was going to run the hose from the exhaust of my car into the car and asphyxiate myself. And that particular day, our daughter Avery was sick. She couldn't go to camp. And Deborah Kay called me, call blocked her number, said, "Hi, it's Deb." Like, it's not a good time. And she drove 3 hours with a 9-day cleanse. And she sat there with me and she walked me through the compensation plan. She laid out all the products. She gave me Carol Taylor's call. I was gonna cry. Joni Brewer, Shauna Ekstrom, Renata, they were all on the call, and I heard Shauna Ekstrom, hairdresser, single mom, tell her story, and I said to Chris, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I dug in. Thank you. I reached out to 70 people. 3 said yes. 1 was my husband. I signed him up without telling him. And when I hear Hillary and I hear Barbara talk about doing the do, driving the 3 hours, making people shakes, Trudy made Tanya the shake. I will always remember that story. Trudy Maples drove to her sister's house and made her the freaking shake. That's the world we're living in right now. Don't you dare do AI generated images and chat GPT this. Like, I agree with Barbara, like, use it to help, help with the messages and stuff, but be a human. Get in your freaking car and drive. Make someone the shake. If Deborah hadn't have done that, my kids might not have a mom, and my husband might not have me as his wife. He might be remarried. But today I'm wearing the bracelet that Deborah gave me because it comes with me everywhere. It's the infinity bracelet. Thank you. So I want to finish with this, the mega trends, and then we have something very special to discuss. So I've been here with all of you. I've been in AI, and I want to finish with where we're going and the human connection. So we are a proven company in an emerging market. And wellness is a massive market. Women's health is a massive market. So just take a picture of these numbers that I prepared for you today. So we are expecting to see 5% growth year over year globally in women's health. This is driven by fertility. This is driven by women's midlife. As Steve said, on March 19th, I am in a movie that we're expecting 5 to 10 million views on PBS called the M Factor 2.0, Before the Pause. All the big influencers in the space are Mary Claire Haver. All of them are in it. I'm talking about women's health and data, and do you know what the doctors say in the movie? You need to take vitamins. If you all are not freaking using this and saying, see that woman, Susan Sly, who's in it? She's a leader in this company. Use it as a recruiting tool on PBS. This is a massive growth opportunity. Protein shakes globally, 8% year over year. Do you know what that, it's huge because of protein diets. Vitamins, 7 to 8% through 2032. Anti-aging, 6 to 7%, and longevity. Women are influencing these decisions. Who are you calling? Why are you calling them? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you meeting with them? Why are you meeting out to them? And the last thing I'm going to say about this is the window is open, but it's not open forever. AI, the health revolution, Isagenix giving us the solid foundation. In the Bible, it says, build your house on the rock, not the sand. We are the rock in this industry. If you believe this company is the rock in this industry, make some noise. We are the rock, but we cannot do things the way we've always done them. The time for that is past. The future of this company is each and every one of the 1,500 people in this room committing within the next 30 days, not the next 30 months, to enrolling 10 professionals. Whether it's with Moringa, whether it's with collagen, whether it's with 30-day, it doesn't matter. Bring them in. Get them started. Professionals understand professional onboarding. We have a 6-week onboarding for all of them. They get a certificate at the end. And then after that, we have a 3-day transformational training that 100 people can come to here in Phoenix. It is called Elevate. Do you want to hear more about that? All right. So, at the beginning of last year, I took a hard look in the mirror. And even though I've done big stage training events with people like Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield, Mel Robbins, you name it, Todd and I have been doing stage training events for 20 years together. Jim Rohn, the last time Jim Rohn spoke live, Todd and I were doing a training with him in Dallas. He was so cool. But I looked at myself in the mirror, and at 52, after my dad passing, I realized that a lot of what I was doing in my life was to prove myself to other people. If you can relate to that, say I. And the person I wanted to prove myself most to had died. So I went through a year of intense personal transformation training. And some of you have been on that journey with me. And I called up Steve Foxwell and I said, here's the thing that's missing from our company. We have world-class products, we have world-class compensation plan, but we've lost our soul and we don't have the transformational training anymore. When someone decides they're gonna go on the products, it's our job to say, what's next? Here's your shake, here's your cleanse, here's your collagen, here's your this, that, whatever. But in order for them to ascend a compensation plan, they have to become someone they've never been, right, Margot? And the only way to propel them up there is through personal empowerment and transformation. But we stopped doing it at the pandemic. So what if we brought it back? What if we did a 3-day event to help people unburden, to get rid of their limiting beliefs, to begin to trust themselves, to trust others, to build their confidence? What if it was a safe place, and what if it became so powerful that we could use it as a recruiting tool for this company? Would you get excited? So that's what we're gonna do. I would like to announce Elevate. This is a 3-day proprietary training that I have created for Isagenix. Unlike other trainings that are like $9,000 to do the same thing, I think we're gonna do it for like $199. So the company's gonna lose money on it. It is going to be here in Phoenix, April 10th to 12th. We are taking 100 people only. In order to get your name on the list, you just scan the QR code and you'll fill out your name, your email, and then your ID number. That's it. I have pegged some of you to come coach Elevate. I promise you, it is gonna be a safe space. It is gonna be a powerful space. I wanna ask, Michael, Mallorca, what happened in Mallorca? Yeah. So in Mallorca, Michael said, they got the transformation of their life. And people came in distant, and they came out what? Together, unified. And then Maddie, we saw new executives. We saw like Europe exploded. And we're gonna bring that here to Elevate. So who's committed to coming to Elevate? Yes? All right, but only 100 of you get to go. So you can share this with your teams. Get everyone on the list. We know not all of you who are on the list are going to come, but this is the first one we're going to do because we are bringing back the personal empowerment. We are bringing back the humanity to this company. We are bringing back the soul of this company, and I promise you, we are going to transform this entire planet once more. So if you're excited about stand on your feet, make some noise! I love you all so much. And it has been an honor to be here. And my final request of you is go out there and allow yourself to be more loving, to be more compassionate, to let people see your soul, let people see your heart, and commit to sharing this company every single day as though humanity depends on it, because it does. God bless you. I love you.